What's going on, guys? Josh with SOS Home Offers here. I'm here with the man, Justin. Appreciate you coming out here with me.
Good to see you again.
So this is Justin with VanderMorgan Realty. Anytime we buy a property and sell it, this is the guy.
Rolling with Bolin.
Man, he's the guy. Anytime we renovate a property,
they're rolling with Bolin.
He's the guy. So we're going to take a look at this new one here, 2209 Maple Drive. We picked this one up. It's going to be a long and funny story is why I want to do this one. We picked this one up back in February. Been a long time.
Man, we're sitting here third day of October.
Yeah. And it's been an interesting story. We picked it up in February. Renovation was going smoothly.
Yep, we're going to have it knocked out in 30 days.
Easy peasy until
we get a call from Edgefield. They said, hey, we had to pull the power on this one due to a little house fire. So that's when it all started.
So if you think flipping houses is quick and easy fun, it can be and it can't be. But this one turned out real nice. We're going to go take a look at it. Come on.
Come on in. Let's check it out.
So I've only seen the outside of the house, and I've purposely not taken a look at any pictures or video. So I wanted to be pleasantly surprised. I've heard great things about this one. So I'm going to let Justin take us inside, give us a quick tour, kind of pick his brain on things, talk about, when we bought the property, and then afterwards when he came through, walk through what he was looking for and how to execute. So let's go. All right. Man, this thing looks good.
Turned out right.
This thing looks real good. So we picked this one up for, I think, just over $200,000.
Mm-hmm.
We bought it as is. When you first walked the property after we closed on it, what were your first takeaways on what you thought needed to be done, the good, the bads, the uglies?
So I felt like this was really going to be just a quick flip, looking totally at cosmetics until the fire happened. So the fire happened. It actually happened in the master bath, which caused us to, do a full reno at that point. So, because they pulled the meter, so we had to update all electrical. We had to rebuild the bath. We had to do a tiled shower, man, and it turned out fabulous. I'm excited.
I've heard good things.
Yeah.
Again, I've made sure not to look at anything, so I want to be surprised. So, you want to give us a quick run through of what all's been done in here?
Yeah. So just in here, of course, we did full electrical. We have disc lighting starting at the top. We have knockdown ceiling, all new electrical fixtures throughout. We actually had my guys over at Mr. Sandless come in and refinish these floors without having to sand. In addition to that, this was a terracotta tile, so it was a brown color here at the fireplace. And this is one of the decisions I made kind of last minute. I said, man, it would really pop if that fireplace was surrounded in black.
Yeah,
so,
I love it because the fireplace goes with the exterior of the bottom of the house. It goes with the garage. So in the door, so when you come through, all these little black themes kind of just pull together.
It all in.
I love that. So this turned out really great.
Yep.
Obviously, I guess leads right in here to the kitchen.
Yeah, so here in the kitchen, we actually had the countertop. So we were able to salvage it.
Perfect.
The cabinets were stained wood, kind of very light color. That's not real popular right now. So I wanted to go ahead and neutralize it. Plus, it kind of made a smaller kitchen even smaller.
Yeah.
So I wanted to brighten it up. So we went,
like that.
we went with the epoxy paint,
That's awesome.
which is very important when you're doing cabinets because it's not as easy to scratch. So that
sure.
gives the next homeowner coming in more longevity, with those. So
what's one of the few things, like you walk a house like you did this one, are there just maybe a 3 hit list of like, hey, these are the few things I know have to be done so that we can max dollar this thing and get it to a good family?
Well, so 21 years in the business, I know what buyers are looking for. So we're trying to minimize objections up front, maximizing the exposure, but minimize our expense.
Yeah,
because that in turn rolls into the profit margin.
Absolutely.
Or our bottom line.
Absolutely. And I don't just want to showcase all the hard work that goes into a property just for the fact of seeing what we do, but also there's a lot of homeowners that actually don't realize what goes into this, which is why they tend to sell as is, right? To an investor like ourselves, because you always get the brother, the uncle, the nephew, oh, just do it yourself. You got this. Renovate it yourself, hire someone off the street, list it yourself.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I mean, you can do it if you got a lot of time and patience and willing to sacrifice a lot of things, but doing all these things that Justin manages for the rehab, for buying the property, then for having to sell the property, there is a slew of stuff that goes into it. I mean, a lot. And we're going to keep talking about it as we go, and you'll begin to realize your notepad gets real full, which is why we work with an expert like Justin. So,
well, if I can add too, you have to be super systematic when you're doing a flip. You can't come in and do the floors and then come in and paint because the painter's messing up the floors.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to do things at certain phases. Same way it is when we're building a house as well.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
We'll take us to the next room.
Let's go. So this is one of the coolest features that I saw when I walked the house is this huge bedroom / flex room, because we do have an ensuite. Originally there was a door right here going to the garage itself.
Okay.
So we went ahead and eliminated that.
Yeah, I
felt like it was odd to have that door there.
Yeah.
And there was also a swinging bed right here, like this big, huge, like hanging from the ceiling.
Lovely.
Large king size bed. We had to get that removed, get it taken down, get it hauled off. But this turned out to be a great room. So somebody can use this as a bonus room, flex space, guest suite, because you do have the ensuite right here.
Yeah.
So this is probably one of the biggest bonuses that I saw.
I love that it connects to the porch right here by the garage, because if you're in an office, you can come in and out without disturbing anyone else.
Or a teenager, 16, 17-year-old.
This is your room, there's your bathroom.
That's it.
This can be dirty, don't mess with the rest of the house.
Come in the kitchen when you need to eat.
That's right. That's right. Man, I'm excited to see this master bedroom and bathroom.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's definitely the showstopper on this house. Of course, you got a big laundry room right here that leads right out to a deck as well. That's another cool feature about this house is all the decking that it has. So you have multi areas to where you can kind of sit and relax, enjoy your coffee.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see it already.
A
little coffee table right there, two weatherproof swivel chairs.
Yeah.
This is the
you and Mama just hanging out here sipping your Joe.
This is a good one. Then I like that it's got a little basin in there, washroom, laundry, and then you can just this is great.
One thing I want to point out in this bathroom, I know it's small, but I actually had to have my fiberglass guy come in, and basically touch this whole entire apparatus here, because it used to have support bars for handicap. So there were actually holes in it, and we had to get those eliminated. Versus the expense of pulling this out completely and putting a new one back in.
So when looking at this sort of stuff, does the type of buyer also cross your mind? What type of loan they're going to get? What the inspection's going to hit on?
Absolutely, yeah. So you have FHA, VA, and again, that goes back to minimizing the objections. So we're wanting to make sure that when they get a home inspection done, it's as clean as it can possibly be.
Absolutely. Again, more things you got to think about. A lot of people don't. Oh, I love the floors in here.
So this is actually the color of the tile that was surrounded. So this is terracotta tile. Used a lot in Florida, but this is the color that it was around the fireplace. And that's the reason why I went ahead and just took and rolled it black.
Well, I like that it keeps that uniform with the house, but it makes this an accent piece.
That's correct.
This is great.
Another great sitting area of the house. Lots of ambient light coming in off the backside. So
I love it. And the owner we bought this from, I believe it had been his mom's years and years ago. And not just having to deal with everything we're talking about, doing it all yourself and then figuring out how you're going to pay for it all, but the fact that emotional ties also get involved. And it's really hard to work on a house when you're emotionally tied to it, whether it brings up bad memories or good memories. I mean, whatever it is, it is a little tough. So that's why we love just to use Justin for a lot of the rehab, because an expert years and years ago who's been in the real estate game for 40, 50 years, he told me, he said, the worst thing you can do is get tied to one of your flips, because then you'll never leave. He said, eventually you just have to walk in and walk out. Otherwise you keep, let me touch this up, let me touch this up, and you never go.
It's business at the end of the day.
Exactly right.
You can't take and eliminate everything. Even in new construction, you're going to have things that you wish you would have done different, but the process is learning on every single one and becoming better and better each time you run a flip.
That's right. So if you're looking to sell a property that you feel like you're too emotionally tied to, or maybe it's just too hard to walk in there because of the bad memories that kick off, give us a call. We'll buy it. We'll be able to work with Justin, get it turned around, make it something pretty, and a new family will come in and start new memories.
Josh, you probably don't know this, but I've again been in business as long as I have. When wholesalers became prevalent in the market, I was like, no wholesalers, because they're taken away from real estate agents. But as I've gotten to work with SOS, I see the benefit of working with you guys. Cash quick, close quick. The sellers are happy at the end of the day. And that's a great experience, so because not everybody wants to go through the process of having their house on the market, the ups and downs, the trials, the tribulations of home inspection. They just want it done as is. They can leave everything in the house if they need to, whatever they want, they take out. Otherwise, y'all come in, buy the house cash, we come in and do our thing. So,
And look, if you're buying a house working with us and you got to get it turned around and flip it quick, give them a call too. This is everyone eats. This is Augusta, the CSRA. We all know each other. It's a small world at the end
that's
of the
it.
day.
It
And
is.
it's good to know people. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
You can actually come right off the Florida room here, right into the ensuite bath for the master.
Oh, these
bathroom.
tiles are great. I love bigger floor tiles. It makes the room feel more open.
So this is actually not even a tile.
Oh, is this vinyl?
Yeah, this is an LVP, so
Wow.
pretty common right now, 100% waterproof.
Yeah, you
so
wouldn't be able to tell.
Can't even tell that it's not true.
Yeah.
You know, true tile. But this is real tile right here. You got the built-in niche.
Love it.
You got the semi-frameless glass shower door. Nice tile bottom. Honeycomb is becoming very popular again.
I was gonna say I love it.
Circa of our parents' house in the 80s.
I love that you went like a brushed nickel color to accent the tiles instead of doing a big contrast like that. Everything looks uniform, which is perfect for a family to come in. Because when a wife wants a house, kitchen and bathroom, if they ain't what she wants, well, you can get in the car and go.
That's what I train all of my agents. Sales is psychology. So you're trying to find the pain points of your buyers and move them into pleasure. And the same thing goes when you're selling a house. Like you said, it's painful to go through the process of selling your mom's house or whatever the nuance is. But we find that pain and we move people to pleasure every single day. So when somebody walks in, they psychologically are going to buy this house because everything looks good and feels good versus having to go down the street. They may pay $20,000 less, but at the same time, they have to go through the process of doing $50,000
$100%
to get it like this.
And see, that's another thing that a lot of our sellers that bring properties to us is, even though the headache of things or the cost of things may not be an issue, a lot of time is the issue. And as we painfully recapped, February to 3rd of October, if you're dealing with having to move for job relocation, marriage, divorce, foreclosure, time's not a luxury. And one of the worst things that could happen is you get into a project like this, a fire happens, an unknown happens, someone shows up and the guy you hired wasn't actually licensed, and now the code comes in. Sometimes you don't have that luxury. So that's when we step in, buy the property quick so that we can use our own time and our own dime, work with Justin and get it done. So that's how things work.
Here you got his and her closets, or I like to call them hers and hers.
So I love that it feels a lot bigger than a typical master. Yeah.
So another thing we did is, again, recessed lighting, knock down ceiling, crown molding, fresh new ceiling fan.
Okay.
Hardwood floors. So we had these refinished by Mr. Sandless again. Yeah. And they just do a phenomenal job because not all hardwoods have the ability to be sanded down and refinish. So these are not site finished. So we didn't have the ability to sand these down. They are just basically a layment, so you can actually come in without any sanding done and put a nice fresh coat over it.
These look great.
And they warranty that for 20 years.
That's good to know.
Yep.
Yeah. No, these are gorgeous, man. They really pop. I love all the colors. I personally love stamped ceilings. I know some people like flat a lot better, but I like a little bit of texture, especially when you've got a great floor. So I think that's fantastic.
Well, the thing with flat ceilings is it shows every single imperfection. You can't hide anything.
Yep.
And you can't not get anything perfect when we're dealing with sheetrock. Yeah. Right.
Look, I don't have kids yet, but I'm the oldest of 4, and me and my wife are planning soon. And I've noticed that, especially when we were kids, the ceiling becomes a target.
That's right.
And when you get a dent, a scratch, coloration, that will hide it a lot more than a nice flat ceiling where you can see a big gouge from a Buzz Lightyear or a Woody sticking.
My 4-year-old this week was taking one of those things and throwing it up. It's like, Daddy, it'll fall. It'll fall.
Eventually.
And it fell.
Oh, I love it. Man, yeah, this looks fantastic. Is there anything else you want to highlight about the property and everything that went into it?
Well, the one thing I'd say is the corner lot. We're on 3/4 of an acre here.
Yeah.
So that's super nice and attractive. You got the side entry garage. That's more expensive than new construction to do. That's typically $13,000 to $15,000. In added value. Yeah. Where it doesn't really translate to the appraised value of a property.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
can you give us a quick overview of what the property was worth before and what it's worth now after coming in there and doing a fresh overview, how the market is now and the changes and what happens?
Sure. So the market has slowed down, but at the same time, if it's only slowed down for properties that do have blemishes. You know, if
Okay.
we have a nice polished apple, if you will,
Yeah.
that's about to hit the market at an attractive price point for this area, we're going to be in the low fours.
Okay.
You know, so we started off with the acquisition, I think, of 210, 212,
I think to 12.
somewhere in that range. You know, due to the fire, originally I think I budgeted about $35,000 on the rehab. I think now we're sitting closer to about 75 to 80,000. Fortunately, insurance kicked in,
Yeah.
you know, and helped out in that regard. But still, we're going to be in the low fours. You know, this is going to turn a pretty attractive profit at the end of the day. So,
and not every property goes that way.
Right.
And if you had told me, hey, Josh, do you want to buy a house in February and sell it in October, November? Probably would have said no.
Yeah.
Luckily, this turned out, and we have a great team. But even when flips aren't home runs, our goal is truly to help and serve. We have, in fact, we're doing one right now where we are literally selling it at cost
Right.
because we want to help the seller out. He's in a tough spot. We told him we'd help. So even though we're actually going to lose money because of closing costs and everything, we were going to make zero, and then you added in closing costs.
Right.
Now in the negatives, it's going to help out. And as long as we're taking care of our community and our people, because that's what we promised we do, we're going to do it. And eventually we'll have great ones like this that turn out well. And it always comes back around. I mean, as long as you serve, do like Jesus did, everything's going to come out in the end. And you're also going to make great relationships along the way.
That's right.
And
well, you hit the nail on the head. You said it's a people business. You know, if you're good to people, people are always going to be good to you.
100%.
You know, and you cannot run from blessings at all.
That's exactly right. So you've seen what all goes into a flip, what can go great, what can go wrong, how long it can take, whether it's midterm or extreme long term. No matter what it is, if you've got a property and you want to sell it and you don't want to deal with a massive list, and we really haven't even scratched the surface.
Right.
To be fair, we're trying to keep it short just to be able to give you guys a quick rundown on things. But if you're looking to do that, give us a call. We do close pretty quick. The fastest we've ever closed was 5 days, putting a rush on title, but typically we're looking at 3 to 4 weeks. All cash, no closing costs paid by you. It's all done by us. And then we give Justin the call. We get the project done and work it. And if you have a house and you want to renovate it, maybe you bought it as an investment, working with us or someone else in the community, and you're like, hey, I need a good realtor. I don't know anybody, someone who knows how to manage a project. This is your guy. I mean, he really is. He does top-notch work. He keeps you informed along the way. If he says he's going to do it, he does. Right. There's not a lot of handshake people around anymore. If we're being very transparent, there's just a lot of people who will take that, run with it, and completely screw you over. Justin's one of the ones that he'll shake your hand, and that's how it's going to be.
We don't need paperwork.
I love it. Man, thank you so much.
Absolutely, man. Always a pleasure.
Talk to y'all soon.